Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review, and I am I was really excited to babble about the new Skillet album, Revolution, and I say that I was because letting the cat out of the bag, it didn't blow me away, let's put it that way. I usually don't do reviews on stuff that I don't care about, and it's not that I don't care about this one, but it just didn't really do a whole lot for me. There was some good stuff about it, so I'm going to go over that, but there was some negative things about it as well. So there isn't a whole lot coming out this week either. I got this and one other album and that I really wanted to even check out. Really weak for releases, so I did listen to this one a few times through. It's one of those ones I thought maybe would grow on me, so I gave it several listens, and it is what it is. So I guess we'll go over what I like about it. When it comes to Skillet, you pretty much know what you're going to get. You know that they're a Christian rock band. I like the song, structure that they've discovered. That they started out, they've definitely changed over the years. The original style was more alternative, I guess, and they took them a few albums to find their sound. And when they finally did, they stuck to it. And so pretty much from that point on, you knew what you're gonna get. And the other thing I actually really like about Skillet is, I don't know if they're the first band to do it, but one of the first bands that I heard do it was have the female vocal back and forth thing that they have going. So I did enjoy that. I'm sure they probably weren't the first band to do it, but like I said, it was one of the first bands I heard do it, and I thought it was pretty cool having, Jen Ledger, singing in the background. I forget which album it was I heard first. I think whatever one Monster was on, and that's where I believe she started. I could be wrong. I know she joined later on. They had a different person in the band, and I actually do not remember if that other drummer sang or not. I don't know. It's slipping my mind right now. I'm not, super huge, power fan of Skillet. I do have all their albums, and I enjoy, what they've done, and they have gotten better over the years. I think now they're at a point where they've kind of plateaued, and that's kind of how I feel with this one. It kicks in, with the song opener Showtime, which is pretty much just anthem, powerful, like they've always done, kind of like Monster. They've found that sound, and it continues with Unpopular. They've gotten a little bit more political with their lyrics, which I don't like politics in music at all. I mean, I don't mind listening to positive songs. Songs about Christianity are perfectly fine with me, I believe, so it doesn't bother me at all. And but it's not something that I don't want to hear politics in my music, let's put it that way. And I think they just mix a little bit too much in there for my taste. It's just something I just don't want to hear in music. It's just my personal choice on that one. So when I pick up a Christian album, I know what I'm going to get. I don't want to have politics thrown at me. So that's just my little feel of it. There's other artists that it's the same thing. I just don't want to hear it. So anyway, the problem I have with this is that from that point on, not a whole lot changes. They kind of stick to that formula. I don't hear a whole lot of new ground being broken here. There is a ballad on here that's called Happy Wedding Day, which I believe was written for his daughter. And that was a pretty decent song, although it was very heavily keyboard textured. There's some acoustic guitar going on in there, but I don't think the other members of the band had a whole lot to do with that one. If there were, it's really buried in the mix. You got John and Corey Cooper, the main people in the band. Their husband and wife, I believe, do most of the songwriting. Jen Ledger, who I think is an amazing drummer. I like her vocals, and Seth Morrison on guitar. The thing also about this one is Jen has a cool vocal thing. She didn't share as many lead vocal parts on this one. Not that she ever had a lot, but I think it feels like they were just kind of put in there just so she's in there. And she's always singing at that exact same tone. It's like right up there. That like there's like only a few notes in the range of what she sings, and it's always right there, top of her full voice, and it doesn't ever seem to change from that. It's always like right there. So I don't know. That gets a little bit boring. I'm sorry, it just does. It just gets a little boring after a while. A whole album of just hearing that exact same thing. So it just, for me, it's a really short album. It's like just a little over half an hour long. So I think if they had mixed up a little bit, there's a couple of songs where in the verses they added a little bit of funkier parts in one of the songs, and then of course they add in, the lower, and they got the little keyboard things in the middle where the intensity of the song drops. So they are very good with the dynamics of the song. However, every single song does it. So it does end with a cool rockin' song, "Death to Fire," and that song's pretty obviously what it is. Sometimes I feel like maybe we're sliding back into the early, versions of Christian metal and rock, where the lyrics are a little bit, I don't know. So it's good. I'm glad they're out there singing, doing new music. I just feel like they didn't move forward at all with this one. It feels like they just wrote some songs that they were hoping every single one was going to be a rock anthem, except for the one ballad I mentioned. And not all of them are. And the ones that are pretty good. It's not that I didn't enjoy listening to it. I like the songs, but I don't think it's something I'd ever want to sit down and listen to all in one shot again. Here and there, hearing the songs broken up, fine. It's just not for a whole album. I don't know, it just got a little bit boring for me. So unfortunately, it wasn't my favorite one they've ever done. But like I said, I like the message, except for the politics. I like their sound. The only thing is, also, I'm getting a little bit brutal on this one. They follow the production style of a lot of, and I'm doing this in quotes, about rock stuff, like that style of music, the production, where the vocals are super processed, where almost like John doesn't even sound human at some points because they got so much processing going on his vocals. And of course, everything's just locked in super tight with the production, where it kind of loses that human feel. And that's one thing I don't like about that style of music, is that everything's so quantized and fixed and perfect that you lose the human feel. I like bands that sound like rock bands playing together, and this album just didn't have that for me. I'm sorry I'm like ripping on it so bad, but it's just my personal taste. I mean, some people may love this and be jumping for joy at it. Fortunately, that just wasn't me. But like I said, I didn't, nothing on here was like offensive to me, or musically or lyrically. Like I said, I just don't want to shove politics down my throat when I'm listening to music. So I know I said that several times. So if you're playing the drinking game, and anytime I said politics, take a shot, and maybe you'll enjoy this one a little more. I don't know, probably should have said that. That was kind of funny. But anyway, as always, I welcome any comments. I'm sure there's gonna be people definitely disagree with me on this one, but that's what it is. We all hear things differently and have different tastes, so it just is what it is. But that was my take on it. And as always, like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because I would really like to hear them do some more stuff. Like I said, it's not that I dislike them, I just want to hear them moving forward a little bit and doing something that we haven't already heard. So my little quick take, and until next time, we'll see you.